Good morning, everyone. I'm JP Thong. I'm now at Kechara Forest Retreat in Malaysia, and today is day 87 of Mindful Morning Meditation. I hope everyone had a good week, and let's start with a bit of stretching. All right, so let's stretch our arm. Okay, remember to breathe in and out. Okay, let's change arms. It's always advisable to do a bit of stretching before you do the meditation so that you don't feel any cramps in the midst of it. Okay, let's stretch the back. Breathe in and out slowly. And turn the other way. Okay. Tilt your head to one side. Stretch the neck. Feel the stretch on the neck. And tilt the other way. Tilt forward. And tilt backwards. Okay, and we're done. Let's see who has tuned in this morning. Hi, morning Cindy, Ben, Dr. Hang, Sok Fan. Long time no see, Ben. Thank you very much for tuning in. And for the rest of you, I'm not sure who you are. Cochran, good morning. Okay, so we will proceed to the 9-round breathing meditation. Okay, so for those of you who just tuned in, you can do your own stretching as we are talking. Okay? Hi, Emily, good morning. Okay, let's do the 9-round breathing meditation now. So left hand out, thumb down, wrap your thumb into a fist, put your left fist under your right armpit, right hand on your left nostril, and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in the healing white light, and breathe out all the negativities represented by dark smoke. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Change hands. Right hand out, thumb down. Wrap your thumb into a fist. Right fist under your left armpit. Left hand on your right nostril, and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Both hands on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Okay, and we are done. Hi, morning, Corinne. Hi, Christina, Jenny, Dosan, and Jillian. Thank you for all of you for tuning in. Okay, so we are going to continue with the 45-minute meditation. I'm going to meditate with you every weekend until it becomes very easy for all of you. Because once we're at this 45-minute meditation, I think it's very good already. And when we practice it more, you will feel that it becomes less of a struggle, and that the mind will be able to calm itself down much easily, and your emotions arising, you'll be able to watch them and then bring your focus back to your breath with much ease, and it'll become less and less and less. Okay, so regardless, I think we will still continue to do this until you let me know whether or not you're ready for the next meditation, which is the contemplative meditation, which I spoke to you guys about last week. Okay, where we meditate on different topics that I've spoken about and how it relates to you. So you can meditate on it for 15-20 minutes, and that's very powerful meditation. Okay, that is where the real work starts. Okay, right now what we're doing is we're just strengthening our control of the mind. You see, so it's good news for some of us who are control freaks. So now you want to challenge yourself to control your mind, because that is the toughest thing to do. All right, we want to control other people, we want to control situations, but we forget, first of all, we need to control our mind. Okay, and once we've done that and we're very good at it, you will see a huge change in your life, and you will feel more at peace, less stress, regardless of what happens outside of you, and you feel much happier. And the way you look, and the way that you look at things and deal with and handle situations and people, you will have a lot more clarity, and you will notice that you have more options with your choices. So it's a wonderful, wonderful list of benefits that you will enjoy once you have mastered it. Okay, so remember to always share with your friends, because you don't know, share our session with your friends. You don't know who out there is going to need this. Okay, who out there is going to want to give it a go. But definitely don't share with them. Share with them these few sessions, but ask them to start when we were doing the 5-minute meditation, because 45 minutes for a beginner is just going to make them drop out very, very fast. It's just way too long for any beginner. Okay? All right, so today we have Freon, who's helping me, and she's going to time us for 45 minutes. All right, let me have some water. When you are in meditation, try not to move so much. Excuse me, if you're doing something, do it now. If you're going to continue stretching, do it now. And if you have pins and needles and you have a lot of cramps, if you're seated on the floor, then you can either challenge yourself and continue, or sit on a chair. Okay, we're trying to minimize the distraction during our meditation. Okay, are we ready? Oh, there are ants coming to me. Okay, so if we're ready, let's start with the 45 minutes. All right, so always sit at the edge of the cushion or the seat. Relax your body, sit up straight, rock forward and backwards so that you find the equilibrium, so that you so that you feel the centeredness. All right? And your hands can be like this, palms down, palm up to you, whichever that you feel comfortable. Or like this. Again, it's all up to you, okay? Roll your shoulders, make sure they're relaxed. Tilt your chin downwards a little bit so that your spine is straight. All right? And then your eyes look down 45 degrees so that you don't get distracted. Or if you like to close your eyes, you can do that, but be careful not to fall asleep. Okay, so let's start. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in the healing white light. Feel your entire body from the top of your head all the way down to the tip of your fingers and your toes to the healing white light. Every time you breathe out, visualize dark smoke representing your stress, your worries, your anxiety, your anger, your irritation, your fears, insecurities, aches and pains and illnesses. Breathe them all out. Bring your focus to the nostril area and focus on the nostril area every time you breathe in and out. Feel the air passing through your nostrils and focus there. You feel very relaxed, very calm. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, watch your aches and pains, and bring your focus back to the nostril area. Whatever is happening outside your room, let it be. Just focus on your nostril area. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus on the nostril area. Feel the air passing through your nostrils and focus on that. You're very relaxed, very calm. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to your nostril area. Notice the sensation as the air goes in and out of your nostril. 3, 2, 1. Bring your focus back to the room and take a deep breath and exhale out. And we're done. Excuse me. Okay. Do share with me your experience for today. Let's see who's here. Hi, Melissa. Good morning. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. So we just finished the 45-minute single-pointed meditation. And do share with me how you experience, what was your experience for today, so that I know how to move forward to support all of you to actually benefit from this meditation even more. Okay, so as you're writing, I'm going to read out to you all what I wrote in the gratitude journal. Again, if you have not started your gratitude journal, please do that. I read online that there are many of the self-help teachers, even motivational speakers and all that, they are actually talking about being grateful, especially in this time of the pandemic, and how it is so important to train our mind to be grateful of everything that we have right now. And that actually helps with your peace of mind, and also helps many people who are going through a lot of mental meltdown because of the lockdown. So people are going through major withdrawal syndromes when they're required to stay in-house and not go anywhere due to the pandemic. And it also doesn't help when you watch the news or read the news. There are just all these many people dying, infected by coronavirus, and a lot of political ups and downs. So it's very chaotic out there. And if we don't have a better control of the mind, and to develop that peace in us, then that's where people actually spiral downwards. So that's why there's a huge spike in cases where people are suffering from major depression, and the hotline for these, for mental help is actually very, very busy, and there's a huge demand for volunteers to be able to jump in and help out. Okay, that's why mental health is actually very, very good. I'm not saying that we're all crazy, but I'm just saying that mental health has a stigma where people think that, oh, you have a mental illness, then that's why you need help. That's not it. Mental health is about being aligned, or having a good space in your mind, so that you can actually learn to find the peace which many of these ancient sages have been talking about. But it's just that we've been too carried out with the distractions in our lives, through having fun, going here, going there, and we actually forget to check in with ourselves to see where we are. And as such, when the distractions of having fun or doing whatever it is that you are doing on a routine basis, when that gets cut off, that's where we experience a huge withdrawal syndrome, and as a result, there's all this emotional upheaval. All right, so having said that, it's very, very good to always retrain the mind to cherish what we take for granted on a daily basis. Okay, so what I wrote yesterday is this: I'm grateful that the CPAP machine is able to help me overcome my sleep apnea. Number 2, I'm grateful for my friends who contributed to the setting up of Kechara Food Bank that I wish to set up in Bentong to help the poor. And number 3, I'm grateful for being able to live in a safe environment free from coronavirus. Okay, so yes, I wish to set up a food bank in Bentong because with this coronavirus, there are many people who live on a daily wage, and because many businesses are down, so there are many people who are actually out of work as a result. So there's an urgent need to have a food bank here set up so that we can store as much food as possible in the warehouse, and from there we can distribute to the poor. Is to help them make ends meet, especially during this time. All right, so if you are interested to also pitch in to the food bank initiative, do let me know, okay? All right, so before I read your comments, do write your comments as I'm reading, then I'll attend to your questions. All right, today's sponsors are the first, Anonymous, dedication, may the global COVID-19 pandemic end soon. May more sentient beings awaken their innate compassion and wisdom. Second sponsor, Cindy Fu, dedication, may all sentient beings get swift and good rebirths to practice Dharma in the next lives. Third sponsor is Anonymous, dedication, thank you for your continuous guidance. May enlightenment, peace, and happiness be upon you and others. Thank you. And the last sponsor for today is Anonymous, dedication, may all find peacefulness. So thank you very much for those of you who have contributed to this online, this live streaming, because it will help us sustain the cost of running these programs. Okay, so should you wish to also contribute, please click the link at the end of this live stream. All right, so let's see what you've written here. Cindy, getting better control, hopefully with more practice, able to fully control throughout the 45 minutes. Wonderful, Cindy. Yes, I'm glad that that you've actually that you're getting better, because I remember you sharing with me how you struggled a little bit initially. So that's very good news. Sharing, grateful to be able to complete 10 Rinpoche mantra retreat. Grateful for Dharma friends who taught me how to do 50-sheet mantra rolls. Wow, 50 sheet must be a huge roll. Grateful for a puja done for a loved one. And Cochrane, grateful, gratitude, Gratitude, number 1, able to roll mantras this week at home. 2, children and wife have the opportunity to work from home instead of going to office. Yeah. Well, if you can actually work from home, that'll be even better, because I think yesterday I read that there's a spike of 1,600 cases already, new cases in Malaysia, but predominantly in Sabah. So, so that's very, very worrying. All right, so practice your SOP of wearing masks and social distancing. That is very, very important. That's why with this mindfulness training, you'll be very, very mindful, and you will actually be able to remind yourself of all these SOPs. Okay, so you see, that's another benefit of our mindful training. All right, so do continue writing. I will read out to you one of the wisdom quotes from this wonderful book that I love, 108 Ways to Grab My Apples. All right, so today's quote is this: pure love is wishing for and helping others to be better and happy irregardless of yourself. It's possible and attainable. It's an easier way to exist. Okay, I'll repeat. Pure love is wishing for and helping others to be better and happy irregardless of yourself. It's possible and attainable. It's an easier way to exist. Now, this is an extremely profound quote here. It may sound very easy, but it is not. Okay? It is not easy. It's actually very, very deep and profound. Let me explain. Pure love is not the conventional love that we are aware of. Conventional love is love where, I love you because you are my family member, you are my spouse, you are my children, because I love you because there are certain expectations, there are certain qualities in you that I like very much and I cherish very much. That's why I'm drawn towards you, or you fulfill an emptiness in me, and so on and so forth. So it's very, very conditional. That is called conventional love, the love that most of us are used to. Okay? It's based on condition. Conditions such as, you are my family member, you are my parents, you are my children, or you are my spouse, you are my girlfriend, my boyfriend, you're my uncle, whomever, or you're my best friend, you're my colleague, you're my teacher, you're my BFF. All this is conditional. Okay? And especially for family, for those whom you love very much, who are not your family members, you love them very much, either because you have chemistry with them, you can communicate with them, or they have shown you a lot of support when times are bad, or you just click and you don't know why. Whatever it is very, very conditional if you look on a deeper level. That is not pure love. Pure love, it's about, irregardless of who you are, as long as you are a living being, a human being, an animal, or in some cases, spirit, a spirit, I will still benefit you the way you need to be benefited. Okay? I will benefit you regardless. Even if you are irritating me, you have no chemistry with me, there's there's nothing common about us, just doesn't matter what. So I will benefit you regardless of myself, of how I perceive you, regardless of how I perceive you. That is pure love. It's just like a doctor. I always like to use this analogy. It's just like a doctor, and a patient comes in, regardless of how ill or how serious the illness is with this person, the doctor will always try his best or her best to heal this person, even though they're suffering from a terminal illness, they will still never give up. And the doctor doesn't even know this person. Okay, I use that analogy because it helps. It helps me. It helps me remind myself to practice pure love, unconditional love. It's very, very difficult at first, very, very difficult. But through practice, it becomes easier and easier. All right? So that's why it says pure love is wishing for and helping others. So you can wish for pure love, but you see, it has to be translated into action. Translated into action. We tend to say, I love you. Can you not feel it? And then your partner says, I can't, because you don't do anything about it. You don't express it, you don't say it, or even if you say it, your actions do not show the care and the love that you claim, that you so claim. So it has to be backed up by your actions. Actions speak louder than words. Remember that cliche? Definitely. So show it. Show it in a way that they get it. You see, because it's not about us, it's about that person. It's about that person. All right? So, so helping others to be better and happy irregardless of yourself. Irregardless of yourself is exactly what I just said. It doesn't matter how you feel or how you perceive this person. It doesn't matter whether or not you get along with the person. It doesn't matter whether or not you know the person or you don't know the person. It doesn't matter. As long as there's a living being in front of you, you will try your best to benefit that person. Benefit. It can be just, giving them, lending them an ear for them to vent out frustration. Or it's just being with them, not having to say anything. Or buying them something, like food, because you know that they don't have enough budget to get nutritious food, for example. Whatever it is that you feel the person needs, or when after listening to them, that's what they need. All right? So it's possible and attainable. Yes, I know for sure now that it's possible and attainable. When I was much younger, I always liked to read all these self-help books about, and also autobiographies of leaders, world leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. People like that were a huge inspiration to me when I was growing up. And I told myself, okay, so now that I've been inspired all the time by these great beings, what am I going to do about it? See, a lot of times we feel inspired, but what's next? You see, because these great people, they write biographies to inspire us so that we can follow the footsteps. Because they were living examples. They were living examples to say it is possible. So, after being inspired, follow the footsteps. Follow the footsteps. Okay? My personal experience with a being so selfless was my teacher, His Eminence, the 25th Ten Rinpoche. When I first met my teacher, I was having a lot of questions because I could just not fathom the fact that he was just so selfless. I was always waiting for, what's the catch? What does he want from this person? Coming from a corporate background, that's how I was trained. That's how I was brought up. There's no free lunch. Like the saying goes, there's no free lunch. All right, there's something that this person wants. So after working for my teacher for all these years, I've been working for my teacher for the last 12 years, until he passed away last year. Exactly, he was actually just a bundle of pure love, unconditional love. There was no agenda. There was no selfish agenda. His only agenda was how to benefit this person, regardless. So when we are walking on the streets, and if there are anyone whom he sees, not necessarily homeless, but anyone whom he sees, he will actually walk up to them and talk to them. And if the homeless person need food, immediately, he will ask me, JP, please go and just get them a lot of food, and help me give to them, or my teacher would personally give to them. No questions, nothing. Even strangers who come, Rinpoche, who come to have an audience with him, Rinpoche would help the person regardless. And sometimes when there were just so many audiences that are granted, or so many of his students who want to see him, my teacher would actually not sleep and spend just days and days meeting these people, and after that would actually think of how else to help these people. And he'll be having massive migraines to a point that he have to take painkillers to help him. So regardless of himself, Rinpoche will actually help others. And that was it. And there's nothing that he wanted from them except for them to suffer less. And he would spend many hours teaching and guiding and expounding ways, wisdom, ancient wisdom that has been expounded for thousands of years. It's just that, just people need reminders. And to help others and to help these people understand on a deeper level of how the mind works so that we can actually change our perception of how our mind works, and so that when we perceive people, situations, we will perceive with much clarity, and that's the key here. Perceiving with much clarity without bias. Without bias. Most of us, whether you realize it or not, when we perceive, it is with bias. It is based on our upbringing, it's based on our past experiences, and it's based on our level of wisdom. So whether or not we realize it or not, we have to realize that sometimes what we think is actually untrue, and sometimes what we don't realize is actually the truth. So it's a constant learning. Okay, so having said that, yes, I have worked and studied under a person who is totally selfless, and I know it is possible. I know it's possible. Okay? And my teacher's mind doesn't waver. He is so at peace regardless of what happens externally. Regardless. And with his level of selflessness, which is total selflessness, people still criticize him. But it never stopped him from continuing to benefit people his way. It never stopped. Because sometimes when you hear all these people, criticizing him, doing this, doing that, I get affected too. I was like, oh my goodness, here we are, spending sleepless nights, trying to work out, raise the funds to see how else to benefit others. And then you have these group of haters who would actually come and bombard you online and spread wild rumors, and so on and so forth. Even insiders, as in students, who refuse to change their bad habits, even after spending thousands of hours with my teacher, coercing them, inspiring them. Because why? With his wisdom, he could actually see that with these students who do not change their bad habits, they will actually be in a worse place off as they age. And even that, they actually turn around and attack him for, literally saying, how dare you ask me to change? How dare you? And I have personally seen that. So, and I'm sure some of you may have experienced with your friends, with your loved ones, where, you give your heart and soul to them to help them see that what they're doing is actually detrimental to their lives. But, so they turn around and they actually bite you. And that happens all the time. That happens. But because my teacher is world-renowned, and he has a huge online presence, so, you have these group of ex-students, and, who actually gang up with haters outside. They're haters. Whatever you do, they're haters. They just can't stand what you're doing. Be it right or wrong, it doesn't matter. They just hate you. So they gang up with them and they bombard my teacher online. And see, that happens. So that happens on a global level. For us, it happens in our own circle of friends. So regardless, as my teacher says, we are not, what we choose to do with our lives is not based on them. It's based on us and our conscience. If you believe in God, it's between you and God. If you believe in karma, it's between you and your karma. Okay? If you don't believe in karma or God, it's between you and your conscience. It's the same difference. Same difference. So what we do with our lives is up to us and our conscience, karma, or God. Doesn't matter how other people perceive us. Doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's about yourself. Whether or not you can overcome yourselves. Or whether it's between you and karma, and if you believe in a God-based religion, it's between you and God. So it doesn't matter what others say. Does that make sense? Okay? And it says here, the last line is, it's an easier way to exist. Definitely it's an easier way to exist. Definitely. Because why? That's our truth. When we operate out of our most natural state of mind, which is selflessness, it's natural. Of course, it is the easier way to exist. We may find it difficult right now because we were never taught since we were a baby. So if somebody taught us to just operate from a natural self of selflessness as soon as we open our eyes, it's easy. So it's never too late. With this mindful meditation, you are able to control the mind and reconnect with our selflessness. And that takes baby steps, consistency, definitely. Okay, so that's why I said this quote is very, very profound, very, very profound. The importance of pure love. The importance of pure love. Okay? Do you have any questions? Cochran this morning had challenges as usual to focus, need to continue practicing. Yes, Cochran, if you can, do this throughout the week. Whenever you have the time, just do it for half an hour at least. Okay, do it at least for half an hour, and it will become easier. Okay, Corinne, a little struggle to sit comfortably after reaching about 20 minutes, adjusted sitting position and was able to complete. Great, yeah. So you can actually sit on a chair, if that is better, and try that, Okay, I had a bit of pins and needles on my left leg. Okay, so I adjusted myself a little bit. It was slightly better, but it was still there. But it's okay. It's okay. All right. So Fun, most grateful for this meditation session, amongst other things, and especially your wonderful sharing. You're most welcome, So Fun. You're most welcome. Okay. So do we have any questions about what I just shared with you today on this quote? Do we have any questions? Okay, so if you don't, thank you very much. We will continue tomorrow morning. If you do have questions, you can always ask me tomorrow. Okay, we will start again 8:30 a.m. sharp, and then we'll touch base there. Okay? Kirsten, you see, now Kirsten writes me a comment. Kirsten is my ex-colleague who only tunes in after we have meditated. She's honest about it. She tells me that she will only tune in after my meditation because she cannot sit still. So I hope, Kirsten, you actually push yourself and do that. It'll be very, very good for you. Okay, so let me read the last one and then I will have to end now. Gratitude, grateful to know all the people in my life or that I had crossed paths with, regardless bad or good. 2, grateful that I believe in karma, conscience in Buddha, cause not everyone do. 3, grateful that there are still many people out there who give unconditionally, kind, and never give up in spreading love and care. Yeah. And we need more of that, especially so during this pandemic. Okay, be the light in your own community. Be the light. Be the light. All right, so on that note, thank you very much. Do share our session on your personal Facebook page so that, like I said, you never know who out there will benefit from our session. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30 sharp. Take care. Bye.